Yo, 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 yo! Welcome back to the Kiefer channel, guys. I'm back. You can also welcome me back because it's been a while. Sorry for that. But we are back the right way. F1 Esports Onboards from the 22 season. I finished second with Red Bull in the Constructors title fight behind McLaren. And only P10 in the drivers for me. Yeah, it was my most unsuccessful year, but that's how life is going. Anyways, we've got all these 12 races to go. So I would say let's not waste more time. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, a good start into 2023. I wish you much success, health, happiness, and all of these good things coming to you. So one thing that's coming to you right now is the Bahrain GP of F1 Esports from my perspective. So I will jump into the commentator booth. Let's go racing. So, and here we go for the first time of F1 22 Esports. The new era has begun. We're starting P16. We had a terrible qualifying. We just made it into Q2 and then, well... Oh wait, no. It must be Q1. Well, yeah, so not the greatest qualifying. And also the start has been really chaotic. We've been hit plenty of times, and with that we dropped back to P19. So it has been an absolute disaster for us. The first round of F1 Esports, the first few experiences of this season didn't kick off too well for us, and now next turn we get pumped off by Manuel Biancolila off the track here. We're trying to hang it around the outside here, doesn't work out, and we see a Ferrari spinning off in, I think that is turn 6, and that was Fabrizio Donoso. I think he spun by himself, he said to me afterwards. I don't think anyone hit them. We're trying to fight back against Manuel Biancolila into turn 10. Really difficult corner. We leave enough space so he can run on the track. And we are still on the inside. Now we're trying to brake late, but we see also Dani Bersen is slowing down fairly early, and we have to take avoiding action, get off the brakes earlier and softer, which just is the worst racing line you can take. So we have to drop back, and now we see Nicolas Longue diving down the inside. We're not fighting that much. Maybe can get a switchback, and he had a worse exit. So we are trying to keep this run up, but I don't think it's worth it. So we're deciding to take a step back and let him go. It wasn't the greatest first lap. Not a lot of things went our way, but you know, it's a long race, 29 laps to go, or let's say 28 by now. Also, in case you enjoyed this video, you might want to give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I would heavily appreciate your support. And to all the legends that's already been around, I'm glad you're back watching as well. Thank you very much. Alright, so lap 2 is also fairly chaotic all the time in F1 Esports, all league racing in general. I guess you league racers know that. So we were hoping to maybe benefit by people running each other off or trying to get their position back. Maybe we can enjoy the chaos. We see also Manuel Biancolila trying something there. I think he hit the back of Beresnay. Beresnay seems to have braking issues, which would, or something at least, which would also explain why he was so slow in the corner where we had to try to take avoiding action and not crash him out or lose our front wing. So yeah, by the end of lap 2 it's looking like this, and for the next few laps there's not a lot of action going on, unfortunately. That's just how this game goes, how F1 Esports is, and yeah, with the DRS trains and slipstream trains, not a lot of action is happening. But now in lap 5 we have a little bit of action ahead of us. Nicolas Longue trying to make a move around the outside of Manuel Biancolila. Nico's pace was actually mad, like he was super quick in the race. I think he also had the fastest PB out of every driver in qualifying. He just messed it up. Can happen sometimes, even if you have the pace, you sometimes don't make it to Q3, and I think he was also out in Q1. Just sometimes how it goes, part of the game. But yeah, he was super fast, so there was a little bit of action. Now also this lap, no changes. It's a bit boring sometimes with F1 Esports, like these trains. So there needs to be some change, some more strategic element. And also, I mean, the strategies themselves, they don't really work properly, unfortunately. So yeah, I think by lap 10 we see the first pit stop, and that's Shanika Clay coming in for a really early stop. Surprising. I guess he's going for a big undercut, trying to hope and make it work. Now another two are pitting, Sebastian Job and Piotr Stachulek, the Haas driver, coming in and the pit stop window is now officially open, and with that people are going to try and gain another position, at least the car ahead, because everyone is thinking about, okay, I need to pit soon. So chaos is about to happen usually around that period. The start, then the pit stop period, and the final laps. Those are usually the most intense phases of an F1 esports race. Now we see also ahead Philippe Preschnader. He's already flashing his light at the back. You see this little light flashing up sometimes. We see that in the rain, but for those that don't know, that also means he's below 10% ERS when it's flashing up. So his battery is low, and I was a bit worried because he seemed to be struggling big time. And he also lost the rear again in another corner there where Nico passed him before, and now we are having to navigate our way past him in case he's not pitting. Maybe he has some issues, but not sure about that. We just need to make our way past because he's slow. He's really struggling right now, and if we lose touch to Manu and Nico, our race is pretty much done. We can't afford that, because then we need to use our ERS to catch up, and all the strategic elements that we have are basically gone. So we use a bit of ERS to catch up here. Now just need to make sure we don't hit him in the back in case he has to brake early. We're super close to his rear, 2/10, a little bit less. It's already below 2/10. Now we use our ERS. He is flashing again, so it's a pretty easy overtaking with that. We're still pushing a bit more because I'm hoping that Manu makes maybe a mistake and we can slide past, but he moves under braking. And actually, I really remember still that I was complaining on the team radio about Manu moving under braking. I need to check. I recorded this now with replay file. A lot of people are pitting again. But I think I should have somewhere the official onboard, like when I recorded it. And if I have that, we can also hear some of the team radios. So for the next videos, I will try and sort that out. Maybe also some qualifying footages if I can find them. For the first round, for some reason, I don't have it on my SSD. But I think I've uploaded it somewhere in our Dropbox folder or something like that. So yeah, I will check that for the next time. And now we are pitting Jano, also my good friend, Mr. Hoffmer, who I fought in 2020 quite a lot. Also pitted for his pit stop. I think he was running P4 or something. But anyways, we're going for the medium compound because the softs are just not an option. Pitting lap 17. I think they are dying quite quickly. But Manu and Nico are staying out, so now we can get a big undercut in case we are coming out in clean air and we get our tires up to temperatures quickly. And now where are we dropping? We are dropping behind Alvaro Carreton, just about. And if you're wondering, Marcel, you just crossed the white line. Why are you doing that? In F1 Esports, this is legal. So please don't insult me for doing that. It's just part of the rules, and if it helps you to open up a corner a bit better, why not do it? Yeah. So we are in P17 right now. Philippe Preschnader will still drop behind us. We should basically undercut Manu and Nico. So we are running a net P14, I guess, post pit stops. I don't know if anyone else still has to pit. Probably some do. I'm not sure. Anyways, we managed to stick within the DRS of Alvaro and these guys. I think we actually caught up to them before. I don't think we were fighting them initially. So Josh, Piotr and Alvaro, they were further away from us, if I remember correctly. So the overcut worked quite well, and at this point I was a bit worried that because we are now in the strain, I can't use my tire advantage. They pitted earlier, so they have older tires. I could use my advantage a little bit more to extend the undercut on Manu and Nico, and now I can't. Manu and Nico are also staying out even longer, so this is hurting our strategy. And I can't push with the ERS, because then in the end I don't have this element to defend myself, and they can definitely stick with me. So I would not gain as much as I would like to. Yeah, so Brandon is also pitting now in lap 20. I think this is the lap where Manuel Biancolila is coming in for his pit stop. And this will be interesting and crucial for us to see where are we going to be when Manu is leaving the pits. Where is he going to come out? Is he going to be close enough to soon launch an attack, or is he going to be further away? And the undercut did work. And now we see Alvaro faking a move, and you could already see the green car right behind us. So he's not that far away. And now with us catching up to these guys so quickly, we are basically stuck, and Manu is within the DRS window. And aside from that, another info that is crucial, Manu is on soft compounds. So Nico will do the same, and they will have so much more grip. They don't have the side effect from the outlap being super slow, so they will more or less keep this pace or even gain by a few. And you can see literally Manu's right behind us, and I was already thinking, okay, sometimes you have to take a step back and think ahead. That's usually how I like set up my racecraft, and why I usually don't have any kind of big accidents, crashes or front wing losses. I don't think I've lost a single front wing this whole season. A little spoiler, and we could see Nico's coming out there after making his pit stop. But what I wanted to refer to, I'm quite an aggressive driver if I need to be, but I'm quite passive, because I'm trying to gain by the mistakes of others. Like here, for example, with Manu, and then I'm deciding again being a bit more passive, because I know he's going to be aggressive. He knows he needs to make his way past if he wants to use his tires. At the end, they will probably not be as good anymore. So yeah, sometimes you just have to think ahead. It's like playing a game of chess. The next few steps are more important than your step right now. Like, your step right now needs to be considering the next few moments, so you always stay ahead of the game. I think that's an advice I would give anyone that is league racing, anyone that wants to improve their racecraft. Just think a bit more ahead. That usually helps you quite a lot. Nico is right behind us already, so yeah, we're in a bit shitty situation, not gonna lie. Josh is the first car in the straight, and he's in P10, so considering we were P19 at one stage, we made a really good recovery drive so far. But of course, we need to push and make sure we get past all of them. Now, Nico is closing by, and I'm assuming he will also overtake me on the straight now, because he just has more grip here out of this corner. Yeah, has a great exit. There's a yellow flag somewhere, and I'm using ERS just to make sure I'm close enough when Manu goes for a move on Alvaro, so I can benefit in case he pushes him off. Now I'm braking later, so I can be close. Manu's pushing him a bit, and I'm trying to think of a switchback, and it also works, but Alvaro is pushing me onto the curb, which is fair, hard but fair, and we get a shit exit because of that. Sorry for saying this word twice. And now Nico also benefited from that and came through because of my exit that I got from that little bit of wheel spin on the curb. Another car spun out, I think it was Tom's runner or someone. I think Thomas crashed. I don't know what happened. But yeah. So we didn't benefit at all. It was close to benefiting, but yeah, it just didn't work out. And for some reason, Patrick Sipos right there spun out. I don't know what happened there, but that means P9 is up for grabs. We are in the train for P9. If we manage everything perfectly in the next few laps, we will be P9. And here, the first move, braking a bit later just to make sure we are ahead going into the corner. Managing to hold off Alvaro for now. We are low on ERS, we have 0% ERS like everyone else in the straight, aside from Nico, I think. Manu is flashing, Nico isn't. I think Piotr is already flashing, and Josh should also be flashing soon if he isn't already, because he's trying to catch up to the leading pack, Brandon, but that's 5 seconds. So we are now into P13, right behind the two soft runners, Manu and Nico. And now it's going to be important how we manage all of this. Like, we need the DRS first of all, that's the most important bit, and then can we maybe recover a little bit of ERS once we are in a comfortable window where we can say, okay, we're not going to use any ERS, so in the last lap we have maybe a slight advantage over the cars ahead. Yeah. But you can see all of them are still fighting. Manu is, of course, like, he made a big mistake. Like, Nico is now passed with his fresher tires. Manu is still kind of stuck behind Piotr, so he's panicking a little bit. He's trying to get a move done fairly quick, which of course is understandable. And he doesn't have ERS, so he really needs a tire advantage to get past. Now he's going for a move. We are trying to stay within the slipstream, because otherwise we are just losing time. And let's see what's happening there. So Piotr is running him a little bit wide, but all fair and square within the track limits. And we get a little snap because I was seeing that and I was trying to push. Maybe we can benefit if they make a mistake. Then I did a mistake. Just F1 22 things with the little snaps. And Manu is going for a move that just wasn't on, I think. Piotr makes contact with him. And now we are past Manu. Again, a bit of patience paying off. And we were literally, you could see at the beginning of the lap, I got a little bit of wheel spin. I was so on the edge, 110% of pushing, that every single corner I felt like I was driving to the absolute limit of my tires. And right here, exactly this is what happens when you sometimes go a little bit over the limits, and I could not believe it. That was so frustrating. I just spun out by myself because I hit the curb on the right. Made a stupid mistake. Just happens sometimes, but it of course shouldn't have happened. I was gutted because we made such a good recovery. We were passing Piotr at that point. We would definitely pass him with our tire advantage, and it would have been P11, close to Josh and Nico. Yeah, but now it's looking a bit different. I'm happy that Piotr didn't spun out and we didn't lose our tire. Our front wing. So now we just have to push, keep our head down, and try and hope that these guys ahead are fighting hard. So we might have still a chance. This is still on. It's still a few laps to go. We are not giving up until the checkered flag is being waved. That's always the mentality. So we are having to push like mad, and we will see if the guys ahead are fighting. And it looks like they are fighting. Manu is there. Philippe and Caraton also ahead. I don't know what exactly is going on. Of course, I'm more focused on hitting my lines and trying to reduce the delta to these guys ahead. That's already 1.8 seconds. We are closing in quickly, really fast actually. 1.6, 1.5. So I was still on it. I was still on it all the time. And here I was of course a little bit more scared than before because I didn't want to do the same. So I wasn't as close to the white line, but we are building back up that confidence. And now next lap it was already 1.1 seconds, and you can see in this corner now we are on the white line again. So it didn't take long until we kind of overcame that traumatized corner. Oh, God damn it, can't believe that actually happened, but you know, gotta take the blame. Was 100% my bad. But yeah, lap 27 of 29. Of course now we couldn't do anything with the ERS, we just had to push. And lap 28 is nearly coming to an end, so this is now the start of the final lap, and we get a little bit better exit than Piotr, actually quite a bit better. He's of course flashing, we are flashing, and now it's just about making a send down the inside. He's actually not defending, which was surprising to me. We make this move stick, really neat and tidy. Manu ahead with Caraton, it's still not over. Of course, Josh so far ahead, but you never know, maybe someone gets a penalty. And again, Manu going for a move that is a bit questionable. But now we are at the back of Alvaro. And of course, last lap we have to send, and now I'm showing you the more aggressive kind of side of me. When you have to go for a move, you just do it. Try and fake something, and it actually works. Alvaro left more space than he actually needed to. Now we are still side by side going into this corner, and I think we are a little bit on the curb. Make a little bit of contact, looked strange, which pushed me onto the curb here. Alvaro got a much better exit due to that, and now we are just having to navigate our way into sector 3. Of still trying to get a move on Alvaro. So the next corner there's still an opportunity, and we are getting close, we're staying tight, and then we are sending it down the inside. Super clean battle with Alvaro. Was a lot of fun. And now final corner, final opportunity. Alvaro of course defending the inside because it will be the better line to have. And we are braking super late, getting a good run out of the final corner, but we are just running out of ERS a little bit too early, and it's a photo finish. Guys, this is it, the first race, P12. A bit frustrating start, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care everyone, I wish you a lovely day. Peace.